I just have a pyro contract that needs environmental kills.
Alright, I'll set it to everything, including Halloween. Just because I haven't played Halloween in a long time.
I just need environmental kills, so whatever that means.
Yeah.
Halloween's probably a good way of doing it, honestly.
If you get, like, the Freaky High Tower...
Does Marasmus count? I think he does.
Erasmus.
I think he counts as an environment. I'm pretty sure that Monoculus does.
Okay.
Oh, but what I was gonna say though was, what I'm hoping is that Valve doesn't overestimate or underestimate their Steam count numbers, because right now, in the past 30 days, so October basically, they've gone up about 4,000 players.
Yeah.
That's pretty huge.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping is they don't look at that and be like, oh, we're safe, or they don't look at that and say, like, you know, like, because, like, I get the feeling that a lot of this is just people spiking interest into the game again, but then they're going to drop off to, like, play other things, because that's inevitable. So, like, I don't think, what I'm hoping is that Valve doesn't get complacent and think that they're okay. I'm sure that they understand this already, but you never know. It's a team of, like, 7 people.
Well, so far, they seem to...
So far, they've been doing... Yeah, exactly. They've been releasing an update every day, and we got Halloween, so, I mean, that's crazy.
They're acting like sentient human beings who also care about the game. So I think we'll just wait and see. 'Cause also, we are not on a map that really good free.
For me, no, it's not, but I can play Pyro.
Alright.
Which, you know, I might not get much out of, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Holy shit, this map kills my frames, though. This is an old Halloween map, right? This is the one with the headless
They're just
horseman?
taking all the Halloween maps. No, this is it Headless or is it Ghost? I think it's just the Ghost.
It's just the Ghost. Okay.
The Ghost of, like,
Zephaniah, yeah.
Oh, Magic Scout appeared.
Oh, right, magic books are back. That's something to worry about.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of nice. I didn't really get to play during, like, the whole Magic, book update. So I actually, like, didn't really get to do any of, like, the funky spell shit. Which seems like probably one of, like, the most fun and interesting, like, Halloween shit.
This Soul Diamond guy won't shut up, hang on.
I just don't
I'm
talk
muting him.
ever.
Alright. No, I like to listen to people sometimes, but he's getting annoying. So what were you saying? How did I get crits? I'm very confused. Anyway, what were you saying?
I don't remember. It probably wasn't important.
I think it was about the Valve updates or something, or maybe not. Maybe you already finished that thought. I don't know.
I think I finished it. I was just saying, like, I think of Halloween updates, like the whole, like, spellbook with all these, like, different spells,
right.
like, a really interesting thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I just think that
I think it was
difficult to deal with sometimes.
But it's, like, actually something new instead of just, like, rehashing, like, a map without really doing anything.
That is true. Like, you prefer this to a map that's just a Halloween skin, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I getcha.
It doesn't have to be, like... I don't know, because I feel like the reskin part of it is just because it's easier. And another reason I feel like it's probably just, like, playing it really safe. Like, we don't want to make anything that makes people mad. But, like,
yeah.
With a Halloween event, I don't think anyone cares, you know? They'd rather have something that's, like, potentially unbalanced and just is, like, really fun to use.
Yeah. I think that's fine for updates that are, like, supposed to be fun. Like, during, like, normal... I wouldn't want this, like, in the base game at all, but, like...
Yeah.
But that's because I want to have, like, you know, a fun competitive game. But
yeah, I guess the other issue is that they
but like
should
if
have
but in like but like in yeah, in times where like in scenarios where it's like clearly it's made for fun, this is great or whatever. And like pumpkins everywhere is funny.
I can't remember what it was, but I remember there was one update where it was like this temporary like gimmicky thing that like totally fucked up what's it called? Comp for a little bit.
Pyro has a method of shooting pumpkins without killing himself now that isn't shotgun.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, I scared myself with the ghost. Oh no. So yeah, I don't know. I still feel really good about Blade Runner now that I've seen it. Like I wasn't sure if I would like again, like I never like to think, oh, it's gonna be a good movie until I've actually made my own opinion of it. Like I don't like taking reviewers.
And the trailers didn't really do a good job of like.
They did a terrible job. Oh my god! Like all they wanted to do is show off all the naked women and stuff, and I was like, who, like
naked women, big actors, and like generic like bad guy wants robots to be slaves.
Yeah, it's
blah,
like
blah.
It's like the worst representation of what the film is actually commentating on. Like the whole reason why there's that whole naked woman thing in the first place is literally a meta commentary. But no, we're gonna show it off because tits sell. Like fuck. And then Harrison Ford's only in it for like 25% of the fucking film, which is great. I think I don't want him in the whole thing. I think it's smarter like that. And
yeah,
then,
I think they were honestly just better off like for the trailers just marketing it as like a Blade Runner more than anything, because right now they were marketing it as just like a generic sci-fi action movie.
Yeah, and it should have been.
Like, but the problem is that the people that want to see a generic action movie probably won't see a Blade Runner movie.
They would see it. They would go see it, and they would go see Thor, which are both coming out. So it's like, why?
And then you kind of just turn off like every audience possible with the trailer.
I swear to God, like Geostorm's doing better than Blade Runner. It's upsetting. If Jigsaw does better, I'm gonna scream.
Yeah.
Like I will literally scream. Like the only hope for Blade Runner now is like good, strong Blu-ray sales, which I imagine it would get, honestly, because that's what happened with the original Blade Runner as well, with VHS sales. I imagine 2049 would get that too, because it reviewed well, and everyone who liked Blade Runner, almost everyone who liked Blade Runner, liked it. You know?
I don't know. I feel like it's in a weird boat with like movies where, like, how it does in box office is just completely dependent on like the first like however months, weeks that it's out, and if it doesn't do it well there, no matter how good the reviews are, people probably just aren't going to see it. Because enough time passes, they're going to wait. You know, they
weren't gonna see it anyway, and like my problem was I was waiting for like someone to go see it with me, and that was kind of, it wasn't a mistake because I enjoyed who I saw it with, but like it was kind of a mistake in that I almost missed the window to actually see it because they were phasing it out pretty hard at the theater I went to.
Yeah,
and that's really distressing.
Yeah, like it really was. I think like the best movie I've seen like in a while.
I mean, this year's been a good year for movies overall, but like when you say that it's the best in a good year for movies, that's pretty good. Like
a soul gargoyle somewhere on the map.
Yeah, I see it. It's one of mine, but I don't know where it is.
Oh, I already completely finished my gargoyle before.
I never did.
That was a.
I'm actually not sure where it is.
It's infinite time.
Oh, I see it. It's on top of the roof. Am I gonna be able to get up there? I don't think I will. I don't think I have enough time. Unless they cap. If they cap, I might have enough time. or if they keep pressing overtime. I'm working on it.
Look like it's...
I'm moving. Got it, I think. Yay.
Nice.
I'm not used to that anymore. Anyway. No, what I was gonna say though was, yeah, like, okay, Spider-Man Homecoming was good. Logan was excellent. Logan was my favorite movie before this point. No, I'm not sure, but, you know, whatever. What else came out this year? It's been a weird year for movies.
I don't know. My brain doesn't work like that. I don't actually watch too many things in the theater, so like thinking about like what came out this year is kind of weird for me.
I do watch a lot of movies, honestly, but oh yeah, Wonder Woman and Woman came out this year. Wonder Woman was okay, maybe not amazing, but it was okay. Dunkirk was good. I liked Dunkirk a lot, although some people didn't. War for the Planets of the Apes came out this year. I liked that too. Guardians 2 came out. I didn't see it.
I saw part of it on the plane. I fell asleep. Not necessarily. It doesn't say anything about the movie. I was just tired.
Yeah.
Because I saw like 2 movies before
that. Fast 8 came out. I guess it sells well.
Oh, I've never been into.
I didn't like Fast and Furious after the first and the third one.
I've just never been interested in like racy car movie.
Valerian reviewed poorly, but I thought it was visually like entertaining. So like if you don't think about the story or you don't think about how bad the CGI is in some places, it's actually really just Valerian. It's an adaptation of like the very first sci-fi science fiction comic ever, and it's interesting, and it's I don't know. You got to give them props for like what they tried to do, because they made like this city full of like aliens and stuff, and it's like they've really tried to like distinguish between different races of aliens there and stuff, but it's a mess, like as far as like storytelling goes.
Heard of it.
It's not. It's really would only interest you if you were like a huge fan of the sci-fi science fiction stuff. Like, I don't know. It's more of a you should see it as an event rather than to think of it as a good movie. Yeah.
It's one of those things you have to see.
Yeah, and like if you really wanted to get into Valerian, I would recommend the comic before the. It's an old comic though, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's like maybe not the best. Hasn't been maybe the best for movies, but it's been a pretty good year. So when I say that Logan and Blade Runner 2049 are probably like the best things to come out this year, that's pretty good praise. I'm not like, it's not like I'm comparing it to a shitty year for movies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like the year that Alvin and the Chipmunks came out. You know, so.
There's a super laggy.
I will say, yeah,
and he keeps teleporting out of my flare shots.
I see him. He's really annoying, actually. Like as an existence. He just wanted to spawn, so I can't kill him either. But anyway, yeah. Another thing that I found was there were some movies that I like actively really hated, and like people have been super like up in the ass for some reason. I don't know. Like I hated Kong Skull Island, and I have no idea why people like that movie. Like that reviewed well. I don't understand how that reviewed well. It was terrible, and like
I've never seen a Kong. Actually,
I like King Kong enough where I would definitely say I'm not a casual fan, but I'm not a casual fan by any means. But like, I am most certainly like it was just not a good movie. It was full of like ridiculous, like it removed all notion of having a deep narrative in exchange for, and it's funny because like you hear deep narrative for a Kong movie, but the thing is the original Kong had a really deep problem. Like, it was thought-provoking, actually. And you wouldn't expect that, but it was. But it removed all of that in exchange for, like, over-the-top... and I like action movies, so it's like you wouldn't think that it would be that bad, but it was such a gross action movie that it was just like... I don't know. I felt so angry by it, you know? And then... I don't know, like, at the time I thought everyone loved it, and I felt, like, so alone about, like, my hatred of it. And then Cinema Sins ripped it apart. And then I was like, yeah, this is exactly how I felt. I felt better for a bit.
Right.
I mean, you know, and then, you know, people who didn't like it came out of the woodwork, or some people who didn't think it was that good. I actively hated it, but that's my own personal problem. Like, that's not, oh, I didn't think it was great. It was actively, this pisses me off. I don't know. I am assuming you're never gonna see it, so, like, for some, like, background
I don't know about that.
Well, even if you did, you wouldn't. It's not cerebral enough to like warrant like spoiler tags. It really isn't. I mean, so like, it does a few things that I do actually care about. Like, I do enjoy it to like a weird extent, but like by the end of it, I was so exhausted and I just wanted to die and leave. And look, I saw it with both my parents. This is the thing, okay? And look, usually if I see a movie with both my parents, it's because I want to see it, right? And it was the case. I thought, it's reviewed well, it'll probably be fine. I hate that I missed all of those. Anyway. Yeah, it reviewed well, it'll probably be okay. Whatever. No one's gonna worry about it. And whatever. But like, so what ends up happening is... Oh shit, hang on. I'm getting very distracted by things.
No worries.
Yeah. So it's basically a reboot of King Kong. Like, it has nothing to do with the original King Kong or the remake. There's nothing to do with any of the old sequels. It's just a complete reboot. So what they do is they have this group, this government group, that basically believes that giant monsters are real and are trying to find them. And the government's like, well, we don't even know why we were funding your project in the first place. We should shut you down, blah, blah, blah. But hey, let's give you one more chance to prove it, despite the fact, and send you on a fucking expedition that's going to cost millions of dollars. Because, are we insane? Do we not listen to ourselves? Is that what's going on? Anyway, yeah, no. So, like... hang on. There's a lot of medics in front of me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they go on this stupid like expedition led by Samuel L. Jackson, who is the most meathead military commander ever. And I know that's what he's been directed to act as, because I know he's got range. I do. But it's like they told him, you know that role that you do for like stuff like Pulp Fiction? Do that role, but make it even more unlikable. Just make it like the most ordinary thing in the world, and also make it like obsessed with like military shit. Like, I'm here for you, brother, and I'm going to lead my troops and take revenge, sort of thing. Like that kind of military shit. And I'm just like, dude, fuck off. It's so irritating. Like, I have no idea why it's like this.
Right.
Anyway, so these guys get their expedition or whatever, and so they go on their little fucking journey. They go on their little fucking journey, and they take helicopters, and they're like, oh, they take a boat, whatever, and the boat has helicopters, and it's like this huge, like, panning military shot. It looks really sick, and it shows off all this fucking military stuff. But, like, that should have been a red flag for me. I didn't realize it because it was a beautiful shot, but it's just military porn of, like, fucking aircraft carriers or whatever going across the ocean towards Skull Island, which is where Kong is in aspect. It's an island shaped like a skull, and it's really stupid looking, but, like, in traditional King Kong fashion, they had to use it. But they really went out, like, stylizing. It looks like the Punisher skull. That's how bad it is. Anyway, so they go to Skull Island, and this is coming from someone who loves the Punisher. But you don't make an island look like the Punisher skull, okay? It's stupid looking. So they go to Skull Island, and there's a big wall of, like, clouds and stuff, and they're like, yeah, that's why we can never go to this. They're like, first off, they're like, oh, it's never been discovered, but it's been whispered about. Then they're like, yeah, we don't go to this island because there's a big fucking wall of weather. Which one is it? Which one actually is it? Is it because of the weather wall, or is it because of, like, they have no fucking idea where this thing is? Because that's two very fucking different stories. Like, what the fuck? Okay?
They just don't care.
They don't care. They don't. It's so bad. And then it gets worse because so the guy one of the guys on the boat is just like, I'm not going in there, it's like a suicide mission and whatever, and Samuel L. Jackson's like, no, we're pushing through, man, like all the brothers are here for each other and stuff and blah blah blah, like, you know, super like military leader fucking inspirational speech or whatever. And it's Samuel L. Jackson. It sounds good until you think about it, and it's like, why are you doing this? Why are you actually doing this? So they all get into helicopters and they go fly towards the thing. And here's the thing, right? This is me thinking, oh no, it's devolving into an action movie. It's like, and I love action movies, but I want to be ready for an action movie. So it's devolving into one. I'm thinking, oh, inevitably they'll go through this, and like one of them will get spun out, and everyone will start screaming his name, and we'll have had 10 minutes total. I got another gargoyle and I can't even reach it. Anyway, you know, I was like thinking like, oh, one of the helicopters will spin out, it'll explode, and everyone will be screaming his name, and we'll add 20 minutes with this faceless soldier that we're supposed to feel sorry for. Mm-hmm. They make it through the weather barrier, no one dies, and I think that's the coolest thing I've ever thought. That's really great. So at this point, I'm thinking, oh, the movie's subverting me, right? No, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Because 5 seconds after that, they're like, okay, now that we've made it here into this beautiful fucking place or whatever, we're going to go and test this place out for like I don't know, radiation or depth or something by fucking bombing it. Not instruments to like measure anything. No, we're just gonna like drop fucking bombs and warheads on this fucking island that we've never been to. Screw learning about whether giant monsters are actually here or not. We're just gonna drop bombs. Like, there's no better way of like exploring a island that you've literally gone on record saying we have no idea about. Like, are you fucking insane? You have a geologist and a biologist on your team. For the record, the biologist doesn't say a word, and she's there to be an Asian pretty girl.
I see.
Everything that's supposedly related to her field, the geologist says for her, and he's the token black dude. Mm. So she's just there. There's no reason for her to exist. Anyway, so, you know, you have those two on your team, though, and they're okay with you bombing the fuck out of this unexplored place. And it's just more military porn, you know, you just see, like, these guys in their military copters hanging out the side, like, talking to each other while, like 60s rock plays. And I love 60s rock, don't get me wrong. I love military shit, don't get me wrong, I do. But it's the dumbest thing here. Like, why? And why are they bombing things? I just don't get it. And it's you just see, like, them drop these bombs, and they explode, and everything's on fire, and there's huge craters, and it's lit. It's lit in, like, sunset. So it looks gorgeous for no fucking reason. Also, I thought they were surrounded by a fucking storm cloud. How the fuck is sunset happening? I don't... What? Anyway, so then, like, after, like, literally, like, 6 minutes of this shit. Not literally, it feels like 6 minutes. It's long. Either way, it's, like, really long. After some time with this shit, though, we get treated to Kong, and he looks good, I guess. Not as good as Not as good as King Kong did in, like, the remake, or, like, any of the Planet of the Apes stuff, which is funny, because they had a bunch of Planet of the Apes dudes working on it, or whatever, but I guess they didn't shell out for Weta Digital. They didn't feel like that was worth the money. They didn't. I don't know who was the production company. It just doesn't look as good. Anyway. So they King Kong shows up, and Kong is like, it's still in sunset, this whole thing. Kong is literally like, you know, fuck you guys, like, for bombing the fuck out of my home, and starts, like, destroying all of their helicopters, and people are screaming and stuff, and there's a lot of one-liners like, what is that? It's a fucking monkey and stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, of course it is. It's huge. It's the size of 5 buildings. Like, how can you not tell what it is? Shut up. And the other thing is, how did he even sneak up on you guys? That doesn't make sense. You have military-grade equipment. I know it's the 60s, but you have radar. You can see this shit. Like, the fuck? I don't understand how is a fucking 5-story tall gorilla sneaking up on you guys and then destroying it, and you guys are still asking, what is that thing? What? Right. And then it gets worse, because the survivors are like, the survivors, you know, survive or whatever, and obviously Jackson and the pretty British dude survive, and the one white girl survives and whatever, and also the Asian girl and the black dude survive too. But like, here's the thing, right?
They're not really characters.
They're not really characters. They don't matter. We don't ever hear anything of interest or point from them. It's really just, they're just there to, like, say, like, we're here. We're inclusive, guys.
It's a diverse movie.
It's not really. The only characters with any backstory are, and, like, okay, they save like 6 or something of these soldiers, right? Like, there was a ton going in, but they still save like 6, and it's still a huge fucking cast. And then not only that, but on top of those 6 soldiers or whatever, like, then you have the commander and like the bounty hunter dude that they hired, and the reporter girl who he's supposed to fall in love with, whatever. So it's a big cast still, right? And you know that it's your typical like it's like a horror movie thing, like a slasher flick where you're supposed to like knock one out of the park at a time. Not like a monster movie at all, where like a monster movie I would feel like, giant monster movie, you should have like actual destruction of buildings and shit. And I get like subverting the fucking genre and shit, but like this is not subverting the genre still. It's just being lame. and so like it gets infinitely worse. So like some of them get split up, right? Like, I don't remember if this is how bad it is. I don't remember if black guy and Asian chick, Chinese girl, I don't remember if they get separated at the start or if they were separated later. I can honestly not remember, because they mean that little. I can't remember which it was. But I know that in the end they're separated. Because their only plot point is they managed to call the boat before everyone else. Anyway. Which doesn't matter, because the boat was going to show up, and whatever. Anyway, and then the other plot point is, or the other separation is, the one guy who has a wife and kids gets separated too. Mm-hmm. Right? And he the whole movie previous, he was just talking about his kids and stuff. So now that he's alone, he's just looking at photos of his kids. We get it. He's got kids. Like that's his whole entire character. And you know, like, okay, I love family men, right? Like, having a child to worry about is a really good way of emphasizing this person's interests and like ties to the world and stuff. Like, yeah, it's cliched, but it's still good. But that's his only defining character. That's it. He's a nice guy because he's a dad. Right?
Well,
anyway,
I guess they just got lazy because the cast is so big. They just need to have.
They did, yeah, exactly.
Cut out characters.
So then it gets worse. And the medic got scared and the heavy got scared, so I can kill them both. That's hilarious. Anyway. Oh, there's my gargoyle. So then, like, it gets silly. So they're like traveling. I'm not gonna go through every monster because there's a lot of monsters that they end up like running across or whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's just because like you have to understand Skull Island in general in like every Kong film is just full of like giant monsters, and that's just because, oh, the oxygen here is better and the world is untouched by time, so dinosaurs and giant bugs just exist here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know, and that's fine. I don't care. It's whatever, because I suspended that disbelief for Kong as well. But like the way these monsters are introduced is bad. Like they show up, they kill a few soldiers, and then they disappear. They show up, they kill a few monsters, they disappear. I mean, kill a few soldiers and they disappear. Like, you know, and the soldiers do kill these monsters, but like you never see another one. They're just there for the one instance that they're there to kill soldiers. You know, they're just literally there to narrow down the cast even more. So like, the only characters who have any backstory are father, like the dude who's just a dad, the teenage boy who signed up for the military by pretending he was older than he was because he wanted to see the world and he's having a crisis of dilemma, like, you know, as far as like what is right or whatever. The mercenary dude who was hired because he's really skilled and talented and he can do no wrong, but he's like, you know, he's not actually in it other than to be the romantic lead.
It could be worse with the teenager.
Yeah, it could be.
It could be like some like good all-American boy that just wants to serve his country.
He is, though!
Is he?
He is that, too.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, he's that, too. I mean, at least he has the defining feature of, like, being, like, not sure what his feelings are towards the whole thing. In the end, he does literally the worst thing possible and like is irredeemable. But like, I'm not gonna say what it is because it's stupid. But like, at least he had that dilemma in the first place. He didn't learn from it, but he did. Anyway, and then I don't know. And then Samuel L. Jackson, who's literally the I'm a military commander, and I'm so mad that Kong destroyed my platoon that I am determined to kill Kong, even though it's revealed that Kong is actually actually only attacked them because they bombed his fucking shit and is actually protecting them from another bigger threat. Like, okay, so the big threat in this, like, Kong is a threat, but only because the military dudes bombed the fucking place. The reason why Kong got mad was because the military dudes bombing woke up something that's even more dangerous. So Kong is literally their only hope of surviving these giant lizard things that look like, you know those Dodongos from Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
They look like that. Like, they literally look like that. Like, there's no excusing it. They're just Dodongos. Anyway. So these things are huge. They're kind of scary, I guess. And they're just like killing everyone too, and as well as like all the other things that are killing everyone, I mean. But like the whole thing that is revealed is that Kong is the protector of the island from these things. But that doesn't matter to Samuel L. Jackson because Kong beat me and destroyed my platoon. So get out the napalm and try and kill Kong. Like, it's not even like he doesn't understand. It's been explained to him by everyone and he doesn't care. It just makes him super unlikable. Because he's a military dude and he has to show off that the military doesn't get fucked with. He also goes after the one soldier who's a father dude, right? Like, we can't leave this soldier behind as long as he might still be alive. We will go after him and stuff. But it's clear that he's just doing this to like get an excuse to kill Kong. But like, you know, it's still military patriotism, yaha, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But like, it doesn't matter because the fucking thing that he woke up eats the guy anyway. By the way, they keep this father dude alive for like 45 minutes of the movie, just cutting back to him walking around, and it's just like at some point you start to wonder, oh, they're keeping him alive, maybe he will be relevant. But no, they were gonna kill him anyway. Like, look, I thought they were gonna kill him to begin with, but the thing was, because, like, you know, you have a father character, it'd be so sad if he dies before he ever sees his kid again. But, like, they kept him alive for so fucking long, I started to doubt myself. But no, they just kill him anyway, like, 40 minutes in. Why was he there? Why did they keep cutting back to him? It's not like they showed any defining character of him other than he loves his kid, so they didn't need extra 40 minutes to remind us that he loves his fucking kid. I get it. I do. He loves his kid. He has no other traits. Like, it would have made sense to keep cutting back to him if they had something to give his character other than he loves his kid, but they don't. They just
They're
don't.
not real characters.
Yeah, they're not. So then...
Placeholders.
So he dies, obviously, just the way I thought he would, to the giant thing that military dude woke up, but he's eaten, basically. And, like... They go on a stupid rescue mission for him. They find out he's already dead, and they still go looking for him. Like, in case he's not? In case that wasn't his skull and dog tags that was spit up by the thing? Like, should we just have to be sure? It doesn't work that way. It just doesn't work that way. So then, Jackson has his final showdown with Kong, which is really stupid. Like, he's just like, I'm gonna light you on fire with napalm and blah blah blah, even though the giant thing that killed your fucking father, dude, Cole or whatever, is fucking here and stuff. I'm instead gonna focus on Kong, because how dare Kong show me up or whatever. Knocks out Kong, everyone else runs. Jackson's like, oh, I've beaten Kong. Kong wakes up, smashes him to death. It's really anticlimactic, which makes it kind of funny. But, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't save the film from being dumb. And then... So, like, he gets smashed. He's dead. So then the rest of the movie is Kong trying to kill these giants. They call them skull skulkers or something like that. Something really stupid, for the record. These giant lizard dodongo things. It's something really stupid. Like, did you think of that name yourself? They have an indigenous tribe. They could have come up with something creative. Anyway. So, whatever. They meet this thing, and they're running from it. It's killing everyone. Blah blah blah. They have this one scene that's, I guess, supposed, because this one guy was forming a bond with someone else for a while, and they were like the buddy bros or whatever. And the guy's just like, I'm tired of running and whatever, and he pulls out 2 grenades and just walks towards the monster. And so far, we've been led to believe that these things will just go for the throat every single time. They'll just eat the guy, right?
Yeah. And,
like, here's the thing. I totally expected it to eat him, but I totally expected, like, the grenades to go off in its throat and it just not to care. Right? It ruins that trope even worse. It literally looks at him and then swats him into the cliff. Like, into a cliff hundreds of meters away, and he blows up against the cliff, like, thousands of feet out of sight. So you just see the explosion. So, like, the thing is, look, I was trying to put you out in time, but the medic hit me, and I was like, oh, medic. Sorry. Anyway, I actually did try and put you out. Anyway. So then, he swatted away, and look. Like, yeah, sure, he's not... Like, he didn't kill it with his noble sacrifice. That's so sad. I don't know who this guy is other than he had a bromance with one of the other soldiers. I don't care. I don't know who he is. He's a face to me. But they play it off like it's the most sad sacrifice of the movie. I just saw a dad... A likable dad, who had no other defining feature, but a likable dad get eaten. I don't care. I didn't care about him either. It doesn't work. And then Kong comes back and saves them all, and by saves them all, I mean, like, really stupid, like, really, like, cool if you're 10, like, you know, big giant monsters fighting sort of thing. There's a bit with, like, chains and a motor propeller from a ship or whatever, like a rotor. And it's, like, being stabbed into Kong and shit. It's, like, that's kind of cool. But, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't. Because you know that, like, the remaining cast is too small to, like, kill off anymore. It's literally, like, the two minorities, the male and female love interest and the kid. That's all that's left. And one other guy who I'm not mentioning because he's absolutely worthless to the story. Like, they make him a big... Oh, I guess I'll mention him. There's a World War II guy who's been stranded on the island since World War II, and he's like their exposition dump. But he doesn't matter because I'm going to exposit to you anyway. Like, he's just there to be kooky and weird. He doesn't matter. He just doesn't matter. And I went through this entire story without telling you about him, even though he's probably got the most dialogue in the film. So, like, it doesn't fucking matter. And this whole thing's supposed to take place over 3 days. There's no way. There's no way they got from one end of the island to another in 3 days. It just doesn't work that way. And then the ship comes, and they're saved, and everyone goes home, including the soldier from World War II who finally gets to see his family and stuff. Oh, and I was so mad. I was just so angry at, like... I was angry about the military porn. I was angry about the lack of care for your fucking characters. I was angry about the lack of depth and nonsensibility of it all. I was angry about the utter disregard for, like, anything of substance. It wasn't even visually interesting. It just wasn't. I just don't get it. Anyway, so yeah, the worst Kong movie ever, and it still gets like a 80 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. By the way, what the fuck is a crumpkin?
I don't know.
I have a Halloween contract. They say I can get crumpkin kills. What the fuck is I know what pumpkin bombs are. I love using them.
I guess it's crit pumpkin kills, which are just pumpkin kills.
But it didn't count for that. I killed no, because pumpkin bomb kills is the other one.
Okay.
And there's 15 crumpkin kills, which implies that they're E tier. I just don't know what they are.
I'll look. Oh, they're the crit pumpkins that drop from players occasionally.
Oh, I see.
So when you pick those up and you get crits,
yeah,
you get kills like that.
I know what they are.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So you just have to hope that someone drops it.
Right. Oh, okay.
I still don't like the Islander. I don't like demo nights that much. But whatever.
It's always one of those things where, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, it's fine because he's turning into a pig class, but, like, at the same time, it's not fun to play against.
It's not fun to play against. It's annoying, and he can go on a fucking rampage for no fucking reason for a bit until he gets shut down. But like it's like you'll almost never win a 1v1 against a demo knight unless you like super try hard. And by comparison, he doesn't have to try hard at all. But like you'll always win a team fight against a demo knight, so I guess like you just have to be a team fight. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that's my rant about Kong Skull Island, the single most infuriating movie I've ever experienced. And people will disagree with me on it, but it's actually really mad. Makes me incredibly angry. Not a good movie. King Kong, for the reference, is kind of like...
Ooh, Star Gargoyle. Gimme.
King Kong for the reference is like really simple. Like, they go to Skull Island because they want to shoot a film at in an unknown place or whatever, right? Which is fine. It's kind of funny as an idea. And so they go to shoot this movie, and the lead actress gets like kidnapped by a giant gorilla, and the other people get either killed or by the native tribe or by the giant monsters there. And then they finally capture the giant monkey, but like the lead actress has developed like feelings of Stockholm syndrome from him or whatever, right? So she's like maybe not in love with the monkey, but she cares greatly about him, despite the fact that he like totally fucking kidnapped her.
Yeah.
And so like, they take King Kong to New York City to present him as the 8th wonder of the world. Obviously, you've just taken a giant monster out of his home habitat and put him in the most populated city on Earth. Probably not a good idea. He breaks out, causes mayhem, kidnaps her again, and climbs the Empire State Building. And they shoot him dead. Like, they shoot him dead with, like, machine gun turrets and stuff on planes or whatever. And he dies, and it might not sound important, but it is kind of like a tragic meta commentary of, like, was he really a monster, or were humans the monsters for, like, taking him out like this? Like, taking him out of his world and putting him on display. Like, so it's presented like it was a tragedy, you know? Even though if that happened, we would totally see it as like an ape going berserk and kill it. And I get it. And that's still a more interesting meta narrative than, like, that's pretty baseline. It's not a huge deal, but it's still a more interesting meta narrative than what's.
It's not just an excuse to, like, have
these characters and military setting. Yeah, exactly. So, like, it's not much, but it's something, and so that warrants merits. That is interesting to me, you know? Not whatever Kong Skull Island's fucking pulling. I don't fucking know. It doesn't deserve, you know. And here's the thing: Legendary Pictures is using this to, like, jump their MonsterVerse or whatever. So it's gonna cross over with Godzilla. I actually like the current Godzilla. I don't hate the new one, the Legendary Pictures Godzilla. I don't hate it. I think it's okay. But, like, the fact that it's gonna cross over with this shit makes me very unhappy. I mean, I guess, like, if the crossover movie's good or whatever, I can just pretend Kong Skull Island doesn't exist, but it's just such a stupid idea. I don't like the idea of, like, crossing over everything anyway. You know, you could just make a sequel and just be fine with it. Like, if you want to cross them over eventually, yeah, but don't, like stop trying to make everything crossed over from the very beginning. I don't know. Like, you can build up these worlds rather than planning them from the start. You don't have to. I don't know. So I'm pretty against it right now, if I'm being honest. But maybe, I don't know, like, here's the thing, I think that I'm just, like, I don't know, maybe I'm a bigger movie fanatic than, like, most of, like, the American populace who just wants to watch popcorn flicks or something. But I do think that there's nothing to go back to for Kong Skull Island. I really do. Like, even the people who enjoy it, I don't see them rewatching it, because there's not anything worth rewatching. So I don't. Why was that movie made? I'm pretty sure Blade Runner's doing better than Kong Skull Island, I hope. But Kong Skull Island has an 80 on Rotten Tomatoes, which is also disgusting. I don't know. I want a third Blade Runner movie.
Yeah.
I do.
I think
they were talking about it, but that was before they saw the numbers, so I don't know what's going on now. They haven't spoken of it since. Like, they were talking about it when it reviewed well, but before they saw the box office returns.
Yeah. And it does suck that that's gonna be, like, the main factor. I think for the next movie, I kind of don't want them to continue, like, right here. I kind of want them to do, like, another jump and just expand the universe that way. I don't know, because I feel like with Blade Runner they have, like, interesting characters and stuff, but it's not something I want to, like, dwell on so much.
You would rather expand the world?
I'd rather expand the world than, like, focus on, like, here's Ryan Reynolds continuing for another hours.
I don't need Ryan Reynolds back, honestly. Like, he did his job, and I think he did it fine.
Yeah.
I don't need him again.
And that's almost what I feel like they were getting at with the whole like, oh,
Ending?
we found this. Yeah, like there's that one scene where like, there's like he's like in a cult, right? And they're like, oh, we're gonna have a revolution. Like, I feel like they're like trying to push.
They were
that,
showing the revolution as like a hint of what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and I'm not into that.
I don't mind the revolution being a key factor as long as like they focus on. I don't want to see a fucking war. I don't want to see a fucking war. I want to see.
I don't want to just turn this into, you know, like Hunger Games or anything.
No, I don't want that. I want a fucking political drama. You know what I mean?
And what interests me about, and what I liked about both movies is that even if these are like these like big like sweeping problems in the universe, like they always focus really small scale, and like once you make it like a revolution story like that, it's probably
too large to contain anymore. The only time I've seen that like work well is Aliens versus instead of Alien, but like even then I prefer the first one because I like small scale stories. I just do.
Like if you can have it set during the revolution and just have that as like
a backdrop, like you can have all these things happening, but like focus on one person not dealing with that. Like maybe have the revolution happening and you see it on the news and you see instances of it here and there and stuff, but he's like trying to avoid it. He's trying to escape it. He's trying to avoid being involved in it, and it's like his journey away from it and what it means to avoid fighting for a cause like that. You know what I mean? Like that would be more interesting as a character.
Yeah, it could just be that this is happening and it's kind of more like because he's an actual person and not like some like huge revolutionary figure. He can just
he kept 25% of his Uber. Anyway, what?
Like it can just be happening and he doesn't have to be some like big like Mockingjay figure, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree entirely, and I don't know. I get the feeling though that they wouldn't. They would probably push it towards the bombastic action-oriented thing, especially after like the box office flop. Yeah, which really upsets me, but like, you know, after you have like no one show up to your movie, I'm incredibly doubtful that they would go for something artsy again. Like Sony dumped a ton of money into this, and it's Sony we're talking about, you know? They're not exactly well known for making good creative decisions. Honestly, like, you could tell that just from their marketing, though. Or what they've done to Spider-Man in the past. Like, either of those are pretty good examples of, like, why... Anyway. I like this thing. It's funny. He summoned Monoculus! Oh no!
I need to just dominate one more guy. Which I don't think will be hard.
There's two of them though, that's the problem.
Oh wait, no, two more guys. That's perfect. Just dominate the team. If I grab the intel, they'll always
come for you? That's
then I can DM them.
Sorry.
Oh, he used the pumpkin.
The jerk.
I didn't even realize there was a pumpkin.
Are you? I'm gonna drop it for you.
Spawning now. And then he left. That's stupid. That's really stupid.
It's the nature of this particular server died as soon as this map came around.
I'm leaving.
Yeah.
ran up to a medic and he shoots like a point blank crossbow and it crits and kills me. I'm done. I'm just fucking done.
You done playing, or are you gonna just switch servers?
Let me see. I'll let myself play to like 2 and then I'll do one.
Okay. Works for me. Ah. But yeah, no, I think your idea for a movie is probably the most interesting. I would be happier with that, honestly. I don't think it'll happen. And if it did happen, it'll probably be not what we want, but...
It's just once I saw that thing and it was like all the people in hoods, like, we're gonna have a revolution, I was like, oh no. Just, oh no.
I'm glad that Ryan Gosling's, like, Officer K's, like, response to that was literally like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna do that.
Because I'm not the special.
I'm gonna go look for... go look for Deckard. It's very funny. You know, I'd be okay if he was. I don't know, they kind of left it ambiguous too, because she didn't outright say who she was either at the end. I know that it's probable that she's Deckard's kid, but...
Well, the most probable one, because they do say it's a female, is that she's the kid, and that she made the memory, and because she made the memory, Deckard has it.
Yeah, there's a lot of clues to it, but they don't outright show it, so it's still...
Yeah.
Just vague enough where if you wanted to entertain the other possibilities, you still can.
But I also don't want him to be the special guy, because if he's the special guy, then they're focused on the special guy. Like, there's this, like, Neo, like, the one character.
Yeah, no, but they've already subverted it. Like, just by saying he's not.
But they did that with Neo, too.
Yeah, but then they gave Neo 2 more movies to prove that he actually is the one. Look, I don't like the Matrix sequels at all, and I don't like the Matrix that much, honestly. But I will say this. Blade Runner 2049 had probably more tonally in line with the Matrix than it had tonally in line with Blade Runner, the original, is what I think.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think, yeah, as much as I like a movie, there are, like, just these little tidbits that, like, feel like very bad signs. At least for the series, if it continues.
For the series, not for the movie itself.
Not for the movie itself.
Yeah.
Just, what we have now is we have, like, a group of, like, slaves that want to, like, break free, and then there's a very clear, like, Jared Leto villain. And then, like, there's, like, some special person that's gonna be, like, the spark of the rope, and it's all, like, just... It can feel like set up, you know? Which I'm not really super into.
Yeah. They have a lot of snipers.
Yeah.
I'm, like, actually afraid to cross. Because I'm a pyro and I don't have movement. I do not have the jetpack yet. I also am using the flare gun instead of the detonator. This is also a problem.
Oh, because you can't jump, or?
Yeah, I can't jump.
I see. I'm at the point where I just need to do, like, little baby side contracts if I actually want to progress.
I don't know how to do this. I'm not good at switching to flare gun. I guess I should not run the dragon. I should probably go degreaser.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe I should just do Pyroland contracts right now, actually. That might be better.
I still need to finish my Pyroland.
Ignite an enemy dousing gas. Deal 500 afterburn. Probably doable. Wait, how does this work? How does the gas passer work?
The gas passer, it charges up, so you don't start with it right away.
Oh, weird.
It's weird, yeah. It charges up and then you throw it. It's basically a smoke cloud, and then people that run through it get dosed. And if they take any damage, they get lit on fire. Even if it's just a bullet.
So I never have it when I want it.
It's
That's
slow,
annoying.
though, yeah. No, but it carries through between lives. It's really weird. So if you have been alive for like 5 minutes, and you haven't used it, you can spawn and just have it immediately. But it's like time-based instead of just based on spawn. It's weird.
Let's see.
I'm actually... I can see why they... I don't even know, because Girardi you have on the offset, you know?
Yeah.
I could see them, like, I don't want this to be like a... Like, you have to, like,
Overuse.
commit to this thing.
Right.
You can't just, like, throw it out and swap. Because it is kind of big, like, it's like just a team score shot. But
Yeah.
at the same time, the score shot exists, so I don't even think. Oh, fuck me.
I need to find a bunch of people then. I don't know how I'm gonna do this contract. Incoming scout, never mind, he died. That's what this guy just said. It was funny. I'm tired. How much you want to bet there's a sentry above us? Oh god, there's an NG.
Pretty high. I need to dominate one more person.
I need to get the fuck out of there. I have 7 health.
I killed 2 people with 1 shot.
You're still killing people. You need a kill streaker for your pistol.
Pocket pistol. I have one on my normal pistol. I'm using pocket. Pocket pistol's really fucking fun, honestly. I'm loving it.
I like it too now. It's a lot better.
I think it's just the firing speed. It just feels. Because you hear it's like duh, 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 you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, getting health back is pretty cool too.
Yeah, the health pack is like definitely a plus, but right now what's getting me is just like it feels so fun to shoot. Because you can just pull it out and just like drain someone.
It's actually easier to hit than I thought it would be. It is more difficult than the regular pistol, but it's still surprisingly easy to hit. If I'm being honest.
I think it really is just the fast firing speed. You just have a lot more chances in that window to actually get hits off. And it is really nice to just like basically have like a med kit on you all the time. You can just like hit someone.
Yeah.
It just feels good. I needed like a strange kill streak one now.
I have a strange one. I don't have a kill streaker for it though.
We should have got some before this, because now it's actually relevant.
That's
People want them more.
There's a scout going for
We should like predict which weapons they haven't touched. Might change next just based on how like awkward they are right in the present game. And kind of just buy kill streak kits accordingly. No, I can't do anything about that because the sentry's there. Actually, maybe. Yeah, I can. One more dom.
I need to make this gas can work.
It's weird, and that's why like anyone that like says it's OP, I don't understand.
I didn't play with it, but when I was saying that, I just knew that it was like stopping me from walking through things.
It's just it's such a.
Now that I play with it,
like
I realize that the downside is like more than enough to like deter it from being abused.
I think it definitely is like a really big downside. It's great for like if you're like in a team setting, but like it's still like because like pyro secondaries are just fucking, you know. Like it's better now with like stuff like the Dragon Fury.
Yeah.
Whereas you can like be like a very primary heavy pyro, but like still it's like his secondaries are like very crazy, like part of his kit.
And so having a weaker secondary
having like
is like I don't know, it's interesting.
I think it's just really situational, but it's just it's something you have to coordinate with. You can't just like run it.
I need people to be like interested in like running at me right now for this can to work. I don't think they are.
You're also playing on 2-4, which makes it really hard.
Yeah. I realize this.
It just feels so powerful when you
There's like
hold
3 scouts going to our intel right now.
Oh no.
Some pretty good stuff. That's good for me actually though. If they're all in the intel room, I can light one of them on fire. If they make it there. He tried to taunt so that I would like not kill him or whatever, but I'm after contracts, I don't give a fuck.
Brutal. I'm also really liking the atomizer just because like it's kind of lets you move really easily. Like there's this thing you could do with Basher, right, where you can go from like bats to Spire on Badlands, but you had to hit yourself once and grab the kit, like the baby kit, and now you can probably just jump. It's just neat.
Wait, what kit were you talking about?
I was saying that the atomizer is really cool.
Yeah, I enjoy it too now. Actually, it's my go-to now for scout. melee as long as I don't feel like I'm building Uber. Like, sure, I can jump higher with Boston Basher, but I mean, like, not having health reduction for jumping a third time is still...
It's great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like this, you can just like go, like the bottom doors on 2-4, you can just pull it out real quick and just like make that jump onto the roof directly now. It's great.
Oh my god, why is that there?
Okay, I finished my scout contract.
Congrats. You have more than... You have so much more points than me right now. I have not been doing well in Pyro.
It's a good pyro map until buildings come up.
Well, it's 2-4 though. Buildings are an inevitability here.
Yeah, that's what I mean though. Like, it's a great map for pyro just because they can't actually dodge flames. And then buildings come up and you can't move anymore.
Too bad you can't projectile jump with this. Oops. They have like 3 sentries in that courtyard.
Yeah, it's stupid.
What does Overwatch do to prevent this? It's like 1 per class, yeah?
Yeah, they have limits now.
Yeah.
Which is like hit and miss, I think. Because season 1, there were like some campy like stupid shits you could do with
Yeah.
just stacking classes. But that was also kind of made it interesting because you could like do like double tracer and like stuff like that.
Right.
And that's not a thing anymore.
I think, though,
It's just
I
shit.
would like class limits, maybe not super strict ones, though.
Not super strict.
Like
I
3
feel
per
like
class, maybe, would probably be
we would
fine
still
for
would have the
pubs.
same problem with
Sentries.
like 3 entries. But
Yeah. Well, it's better than 4.
yeah.
Maybe 2.
I don't know.
Maybe 2 per class, because like then at least you can like explore other areas and not have like 2 like.
Yeah, I think that's my
You think 2
where I
would be
want
where
the
you want
more.
it? Yeah.
No, I think that with class limits, I mean, I think it should be less focused on like limiting like I don't want this many centuries, and it should be more about like just kind of encouraging diverse teams, especially in pub setting. But I could also just see that being like really, especially like fun. So.
Are you reading chat?
No.
You should.
Well, I'm reading it now.
I would rather be playing scout or soldier.
I think I would want the round to end.
Same.
I just want to turn in. Damn. What? He didn't die?
Shit. I just sent a Christian girl across in text messaging. Shit. I'm very unhappy. I have a bad habit when I try and you know how like people will sometimes put like an asterisk and then put a footnote. Right? Like they'll put an asterisk in their thing.
Message.
Not in text message, just in general. When they're writing things. Yeah. So when I have a lot of these, I use a cross, right?
Yeah, I know.
So it's just saved to my frequently used things. So I tried to use an asterisk to correct myself in text messaging, and I sent her a cross by accident. And I'm really upset.
That's funny.
And it's like, I don't think it'll, cause again, Christian girl, I don't think it'll bother her or anything, but it bothers me because, you know.
Oh my god.
I don't know, like, I never feel good about using religious symbols when in front of like religious people.
I'm pretty sure she doesn't care.
I hope so.
I don't see why she would.
I don't know. You never know. Some people are fanatic about these things.
I mean, worst case scenario, just tell her why you sent it.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't have to be some...
That bind!
That's funny.
I have never seen that before.
It's funny.
That's great. Wow. Apparently other people have seen it. Maybe I'm just sheltered. Oh well.
I saw it on like Reddit like a week ago.
Oh god.
I want to just cap, but I want to.
I just want someone to win.
I'm capping right now, or trying to. I'll probably get stopped. Oh,
there's a sentry on the other side in the courtyard, so don't go courtyard.
Yeah, I'm avoiding courtyard.
I don't know about spawn.
The pyro is watching the other one, and I'm like kind of down.
I can't get to you.
They're all coming to me. I like have nowhere to go.
You can lead them
Maybe
down and kill them 1v1.
Like...
Courtyard's really bad. The sentry's right at the top of the stairs. Like, I can't save you from it because I don't have a long distance weapon.
I'm using the backscatter, bro. Yeah, I'm done. Like, I was literally cornered because there's nowhere I could go. They can cap too, like I don't care, but that seems even less likely because we have level 3s. And they seem content with just sitting.
I don't know, we only have 2 people alive still. Well, they'll probably let us spawn. Yeah, they're not getting past profile name down there. Shit. Oh well. With all these pyro contract things, and I just can't do anything with them.
The side missions for some of those are just stupid.
Deal 500 afterburn damage in a single life. Like, who is gonna let me do
big,
that?
Like payload servers for that.
Rip.
Like you need to just throw it and then like hold your mouse down. I think I completed that actually, but it was just one of those things that was not. It's very situational. Yeah, I finished that part. I need to finish the ignite people. I like have to ignite 9 more people.
I still have a lot of people to ignite too.
And it's weird because you have to, like, you literally have to complete every node, every part of every node to unlock the hot hand.
Yeah, I see this.
And the hot hand contract is like it sucks. You have to just run up to people and melee.
Slap them. It's
Yeah.
kind of funny. But I would not want to do it. He's lit. Thank you. What?
I'm confused. Oh! Nothing I could have done there.
Your voice went so high.
I just turned the corner and there was a direct hit soldier there and he shot once. There was like literally nothing I could do about it. My roommates have been gone. I don't know where they are. Like, I was by myself last night. I know one of them just decided he was going to LA. And he drove up on Friday.
Wow.
And the other one, I don't know. I just don't know. You remember the one that left a big fat mess?
Yeah.
He left another one. He was eating Pop-Tarts on his floor. And there's just crumbs and shit everywhere. I don't even know. I don't know how he lives like that.
I wouldn't know either.
I just really don't understand it.
I demand a vacuum.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh god. I'm dead. Brutal.
I'll avenge you, brother.
Dude's a fucking legend.
I'll avenge you, brother. There you go.
Yeah, you got him. Wow.
Backstabbed.
Did they buff the backscatter at all? I don't think so, right?
I don't think so. I don't think they changed them. It's still a good gun. It was never a bad gun.
Yeah, but there's no reason to run it.
It's fun.
Good guess. Come on, gas. Hurry up. There's a heavy crossing. I have to wait for this shit. There we go.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Teamwork.
What else builds this up?
I don't know if anything does.
Damage done.
Which is why. Oh, okay. That's not bad.
Oh no. What the fuck, dude? What are you even talking about? Our NG gave up.
Yeah, RNG went, which is a good thing. So maybe they, if I could just join their team and cap could have no sentries now. No such luck.
Our medic's an asshole. I have 1 health. Please, medic. They're gonna cap. They have our intel.
Okay. Good.
Just get points then. That is such a cheeky spot, but I think he's wrenching it severely. Did they not notice you? Oh, okay. I saw the guy go up the stairs like, what?
They noticed.
Alright.
Oh, I need to get my clothes from the dryer. I just remember.
Also, I think you're out of time anyway.
Yeah. I have 12 stars. I still need to go back and do a bunch of side contracts.
Same here, but I don't have time today, so I'm glad we
Yeah.
played some, at least. Alright, cool.